engines. This is the Women's Motorsports Network. From dirt track nights to the bright race lights, from the garage to victory lane. Women are rising, chasing the dream with horsepower running through their veins. Women's Motorsports Network. Hear those engines roar. Stories of courage, speed, and heart, like you've never heard before. Fuel her future, fuel her dreams. Every lap we celebrate. Women's Motorsports Network. Let's hit the track. Let's hit the track. Women's Motorsports Network. Connecting and celebrating women in motorsports. One story at a time.
Ladies, are you tired of fumbling for your phone like a bad pit stop? Shift into gear with Save the Girls, the stylish touchscreen purse that keeps your phone in the driver's seat. No more digging through your bag during a caution lap. Text, scroll, and snap pictures without ever pulling your phone out. It's track tested, fan approved, and built for women who live life in the fast lane. Head to SaveTheGirls.com and grab yours today, because when life's at full throttle, your phone should be too. Save the Girls. Gear up in style. Hello, everyone. This is Melinda Russell with the Women's Motorsports Network podcast, and I'm excited today to share a story about Save the Girls. I've been following their company on Facebook for quite a while, and we are now a new affiliate with Save the Girls. I'm so excited because I want to share their products and the things that they do with all of my listeners, because some of the products I know all of you are going to want to get on and buy. They got some really cool stuff for us women. So I want to welcome Tammy and Elizabeth. We've got a mother-daughter team, which I love. And so I want to welcome you guys to the show. And Tammy, why don't we start with you and just tell my listeners a little bit about you and Elizabeth and like where you live and just some little basic, let's get to know you better.
Okay, well, we're from Belleville, Illinois, which is Southern Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis, Missouri. And Elizabeth and I have been working together for a couple of years, so I will tell you about that. She's my number one product. Save the Girls, we love that. But I always say, "Who are you?" I'm really just Elizabeth's mom. That's who I am. Then Elizabeth, go ahead.
Oh, well, a little bit more about us, though. Come on, Mom. They want to know. They want to know it all, right?
We want to know everything.
Yeah. So this is actually my mom's company, and we got started, and now I'm part owner in that too, which has been really, really fun. Just exciting to get to work with my mom in a totally different capacity. But she launched Save the Girls really out of a need. 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago now, my two sisters lost their phones in the same week. We are actually big horseback riders. And so one of my sisters lost her phone on a trail ride. My other sister went to wash her jeans and washed her phone in with her jeans. So they lost their phones in the same week. Mom was pretty bad, okay, to put it lightly. And she was telling my aunt about it. And my aunt goes, "My phone's always safe. I keep it here." And she pulled her phone out of her bra, because whenever my aunt didn't have pockets, she would tuck her phone in her bra. I mean, I feel like we've all been there. We've been busy on the racetrack. We're catching and corralling kids. We're doing all the crazy things. And there's just nowhere to put your phone. And so all this was going on at the same time that my aunt actually developed breast cancer. So she got a breast cancer tumor right where she kept putting her phone. And that was like the final straw for my mom. She was like, we have to come up with a better, safer, more convenient, more reliable place for phones. So my mom's first invention was actually touchscreen purses. So I have one here for you. So it is a touchscreen purse. This is our patented plastic on here. You just slide your phone in. It works with any phone, any case. You can text through here. You can make phone calls through your purse too. And then you have your full wallet. So it's RFID protected. Your credit cards are safe and secure. I even have my glasses, which is very important when you're at the track, when you're at the races. I'm also a big traveler, so I can put my passport in there too. So everything that you need kind of in one place. And you can really tell that these were designed by a woman, by a mom. right? For us busy ladies who are trying to do it all at once.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of how we got started. But the best part about Save the Girls, in my opinion, is my mom from the very beginning. She knew she wanted to create a business that wasn't just going to support and give back to us and our family, but something that was going to give back to others. So she decided that from the very beginning that at least 10% of all profit would be donated back to breast cancer research. And I'm really proud to say we have definitely donated more than just 10% of profits, because profits is hard. Okay. And so we've actually now donated over $160,000 to the American Cancer Society. So it's been a really, really awesome and fulfilling work. And it's been also on top of that to be able to work with my mom and see her in a completely different light. I feel like I've really gone from child to like colleague almost. And I mean, it's still fun. We still balance that. Like oftentimes I'll call her mom or I'll call her Tammy when I'm on calls, or so through this podcast, if I call her one or the other, I'm sorry in advance, but we're just trying to juggle this relationship. But it's been really, really cool. And it's been such a joy. It's been amazing, honestly, to watch the powerhouse that is my mom just like go crazy. Like she is the fuel behind Save the Girls and why we've been able to grow and do all the crazy things we've done.
So Tammy, what is your business background that you felt like you could start a business and be successful? Because that, a lot of people think, oh, I'd love to have my own business, but I can't do that. So did you have a background, or you just said, I'm going to do this?
I do have a background and a big background, but, really, I've been in marketing, but in pre-packaged sandwiches. So doing new product development for food. And, I was on it. This is what really happened. I was 49 years old and I was starting to feel pretty bad for myself because like, oh, my career's ended. I should just focus on my kids. I have 5 kids, so plenty to focus on. And I love my kids, but you want to have your life too. So you want to do both. And I'm like, I've always wanted to do something. So I was like with an eye for like, maybe something's out there, but it all just came together. Like literally, my 2 daughters lost their phones. My sister-in-law pulled her phone out of her bra. She had breast cancer. And I'm like, there's got to be something better. So I went shopping for all the girls. And that's when I didn't find anything. And the next day we actually went canoeing. And so the way that I figured it all out was Elizabeth, she just showed you my film, but the first film was a little bit harder to text through than what it is now. We have awesome materials. But it gave me the idea. And I thought, I always wanted to do something unique, like Post-it stamps or, just Post-its or, I mean, there's been so many little inventions that completely make your life so much easier that I've always wanted to do that. And really it was only because of my kids though, too. So what happened was I made a design and I put it on an international bid site called Alibaba.com. I always say, I know Elizabeth always has to tell me. I just knew about the site. I threw it on there almost like a joke, like, tomorrow I'll be a purse designer, or maybe I'll go to the moon. It's just like, nah. I mean, it really wasn't serious. 17 factories bid on me the next morning. 17 with designs, with pricing, and I was just like, what? Because I had given them some designs. They're like, yeah, I think we need to use this class. I think the price will be around this. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can actually do this. So I quit my job of 25 years and bought almost a one-way ticket overseas. I didn't do a return ticket because I didn't know how long it would take. And I visited 17 factories, picked factories, finished designing the purses, and within 14 days was able to come home with prototypes and ready to go. So
I will just say though, that it also like, it really is such a feat to like my mom, like her tenacity and just like, I think that a lot of people don't have that. I don't know. They have a thing in their brain that tells them that's scary. Don't do that. And she doesn't have that. Okay. She's never had that, if we're being honest. So there's a story like also her whole background too. Like my grandpa was a crazy daredevil, just like she is. So, and he was also a crazy serial entrepreneur. He even owned a track. So the fact that you are motorsports, I was like, yes, this is the perfect fit. He actually owned a raceway, which my mom will tell you, or a part of it, in Southern Illinois, where we're from. And my mom, being the daredevil she is, when she was just, how old were you, Mom? 16?
I just turned 16.
Okay, take it away.
racing.
And she did her very first race at 16, had no idea what was going on. And tell them what happened, Mom. It's a crazy story.
It's a fun story. So we owned, you might know, St. Louis International Raceway in Southern Illinois, which is now a circle track. So my dad's actually one of them that helped design that circle track. And then, of course, he sold it before it became that, but that was his idea because it was only a drag. Shirley Mondowney and Don Garlitz and all those people. Oh yeah, I was there for them, and I was working the concession stands. But before my big race, I just had a Z28 Camaro. And my girlfriend didn't know my best friend from high school, which, by the way, works full time for Save the Girls too. So she loves to tell this story. She's sitting in the stands, and I get out in I had a pink jumper on, and the people were all making fun of me in the stands, but they're like, that girl, look, there's a girl behind that wheel. Ha 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 ha. I mean, I got coached up a little bit before I went, and I took off those, I made smoke the whole 9 yards, and I was neck and neck with the guy all the way to the end. He beat me by a fender. Dee Dee always tells the story I won, but I did lose. But I was neck and neck with him all the way because I really didn't have a lot of fear either, which I know a lot of you listeners out here, this is the fast lane that we're in right here on this podcast right now. And so Save the Girls, we've kind of stayed in the fast lane and just designing products. I don't even know how many different designs, probably 180 different designs that are on market right now. And we just design and move and go and make things happen, but the key here with being an entrepreneur or whatever, not a lot of sleep, and you just have to make it happen yourself. You can't think, oh, this person's going to do it for me, or that person's going to do it for me. You just have to make it happen.
Yeah.
Then it's nice when you have your own kids who become the wind beneath your wings, and make it go. And we have some fantastic staff also that have just made the ride. It's been a long ride, but a super fun ride.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, did you say what year did you start this?
2017. So, and actually, fun story. Sorry, Mom.
Same year as I started.
Really?
Oh, great.
I love that.
All right. New things happening. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So we actually launched Save the Girls on Mom's 50th birthday, which was really cool. So now it's a great way. Anytime Save the Girls ages a year, I'm like, happy birthday, Mom. I know exactly what year it is.
Yeah. That's very cool. I started in August of 2017.
We were right behind you, September 1st.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Love it.
And time really has gone quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really flies. It really does. Yeah. It's been such a fun journey though. I wasn't always full-time with Mom, but I always helped on the sidelines.
Whole family had help.
And then it was, I guess in 2021, I came on full-time.
Okay.
In the fall of 21. So it's been such a fun journey since then.
Yeah.
Before that, I actually used to be a cruise director and a tour guide. So I was doing all the fun travel things, and these purses were fantastic. And I used them for all of my adventures and all my travel. I sold quite a few of them to customers that were on and guests. But then, after COVID, that kind of died out. And so then it was perfect timing though, to be able to come and join Save the Girls and work side by side with Mom. And it's been, an amazing, awesome journey.
So one of my daughters that lives in Arizona is a travel agent.
Oh, how perfect.
So she's always been a huge Disney fan.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, she was a teacher. That's all she ever wanted to do. And then she got into teaching, and things have changed so much since she was a student. She got a little bit, it's like, you have to get this test score and that test score. And you couldn't really be creative like she is very creative. And so anyway, she came across a travel agency, and she joined as a affiliate or whatever they called them. And then about not quite a year ago, it'll be a year coming up in the fall, she and her best friend that she met through the travel agency started their own agency.
Oh,
and now they have, I think, around 70 or more ladies that are part of their agency.
Oh,
and it's cool. All, they're from all over the United States.
Yeah.
They're not just in Phoenix. It's not a brick and mortar. Everybody, it's moms. It's mostly moms that are doing this. So She does a lot of cruises. I mean, she can do anything, but she
love
loves
that.
cruises and she loves Disney.
There we go. That's perfect. And hey, everybody wants to travel on cruises and Disney, so she's got a
Absolutely.
good business model there.
Yeah, she
Uh-huh.
really does. So we have a lot in common in those.
That's what I'm
ways.
hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And the thing too that I love is now that my mom is a designer, right? She gets to design things for the passions in her life, I would say.
Mhm.
So like being a mom, she has a lot of purses that have like mom-esque features in them, like
Right.
lots of credit cards, RFID protected, adjustable
Yeah.
straps that go kid size to plus size in case kiddo wants to wear it one day or
Yep.
something like that. Lots of those different features, but also she's a huge traveler, and a lot of us in our family are travelers too. I mean, I told you I was a cruise director and a tour guide, and my sister's actually moving to Ecuador soon. She's going to be a teacher down in Ecuador, so that's going to be really cool. And so actually for our 5th anniversary, my mom wanted to create and design something brand new, and that's when she designed the Clip and Go. So I wonder if this is like the item that you maybe saw first from us.
It is.
Our touchscreen purses was our first invention, but this one has kind of been the one that blew us up and put us all over the map. And it's really, really cool because it works with any phone. Well, all of our products work with any phone, but it's a little insert that just slides in the back of your case. And the reason why you put that piece in the back of your case, you can still charge, by the way. But the reason for those watching, the reason why you put that in your case is because it's going to clip onto your strap here. So now you can wear your phone as a crossbody. And the reason why I thought about this is, as you were mentioning Disney, how fun is this for collecting pins?
Love it.
You put your pins right in there. And then it comes with that coin purse too for your car keys, your credit cards, your chapstick. And my mom, one more brag on my mom's designs, but she also added a clip right here too. So there's the phone. And it even turns into a wristlet. So it's a crossbody and a wristlet. Isn't that cool?
That is so smart.
The way I did the wristlet is I was on my daughter's college campus, Elizabeth's younger sister.
The one who's now moving to Ecuador.
Yeah, the one going to Ecuador. And she, all the kids were wearing wristlets. And I'm like, boy, if somebody buys this for their granddaughter, I want to make sure they wear it. So I added the wristlet on there so that way all of them are a crossbody and a wristlet too. So it's just very functional. So any age can wear it. I love the crossbody. I do not wear wristlets. I would kill somebody. I talk with my hands. I'm from the Midwest, so the phone would go flying. But the young girls, they love the wristlets. So I have to add it in for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And, for 21 and older that go to the bar, that's a perfect thing.
Yes. And for traveling too, like on cruising, I can't even tell you how many people lost their phone overboard.
Oh yeah,
because they were taking pictures. But also, how great is this for when you're at the track, when you're taking videos of your kids or your husband or somebody racing? Now you can just pick it up. Actually, I went to the raceway last year with my friend, and we had so much fun, and it was great because I could just pick it up, take a quick video or anything, and then just drop it, and I know that it's safe. Like I don't have to worry about it. It makes it easy to catch those quick moments because you're racing, it's going fast. Like you don't want to miss a moment digging through your bigger bag looking for
exactly.
Yeah.
And the phone's always at the bottom.
Yes.
Because it's heavy.
Always.
And
the other thing that's so nice about it, you're at the tracks when it's freaking hot, right? It gets hot in these summer months when you're out there racing. You don't want to be carrying around a big bag. So this, it's got my car keys, my credit cards, my chapstick, because my lips are always chapped, and then my phone. And it's the perfect thing for when I'm just at the track or just running a quick errand or going on a trip. Yeah. It's also stadium approved. So if your track doesn't allow bigger bags, that's really convenient too. So a lot of just wins, a lot of wins.
Win for sure. Exactly. So another reason why I wanted to share about your products and be an affiliate, because so many of the ladies that I've got almost 7,000 email addresses, and those are probably 75% women.
Yeah.
And, I still accept the men on the email too, but
okay, I guess you can come.
They don't know that they need it until they see it.
That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other products do you have? I know those two that you showed me are insanely the most popular, probably.
They are insanely the most popular. We have a lot of other variety within those sections. So we have like our touchscreen purse section, and we have probably like 10 different variety there with tons of different colors. And then we have our clip and go section, and color wise, we have like over 200. So there are a lot to choose from within those two sections. But on top of that, we also have our tote bags. So if you do need something that's a little bit larger, we do have totes available too. And the nice thing about them is they always come with an extra feature for your phone. So your phone isn't buried down at the bottom of the tote.
Yeah.
In our newest tote, which I'm really excited about, it has a key finder too. So there's a chain for your keys to go in there.
Nice.
So that's really nice also. So the totes are really handy when you do need to carry more stuff, because you need water bottles. You need, you need all the stuff. So we have those too. And then we also now are launching our new line of like little accessories to add on to your bag. So we have some like extenders we get a lot of compliments about our straps because we always go kid size to plus size, fully adjustable. The average plus size strap in the US is 54 inches, and we made ours 59 inches, at least. A lot of ours are actually even longer than that. But because we get so many compliments, we realize, this is a need. There are a lot of customers who are buying purses that aren't quite long enough. So we have designed not only extenders for you to be able to use on our items, but also on other purses. But they're cute too. So I even use my extender on mine just because I just shorten up the strap and add the extender on there because they're really cute. We have like little daisies and little cats and little puppy dog paws and cute stuff like that. So that's been fun. We have other extender add-ons too, like lip buddies, so you can put your lip gloss or chapstick.
Yeah. Well, you got to get some racing flags on there.
We do need to get some racing flags.
We do have some checkered.
I know.
Yeah. Those are good.
Yeah, those are good.
I think it's sold out, Mom.
Oh, we sold out checkers. I think we have black and white.
I'm checking now.
Okay, she'll check. She knows this.
No, she knows black and white, but we have the red and black.
Okay,
that's cool. So, when you first started, what did you do to market it? You know, you're like, okay, I got the prototypes. I'm back home. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so at first I thought, and if you look at my age, everybody else in the room would tell you that wasn't the way to start probably, but I thought I'd be an online sensation. I got my website signed up. I got my Facebook going. I had all that going. Yeah, we sold $590 our first month. And I'm like, okay, we're going broke, everybody, because I had a salary much higher than that as a vice president of marketing for a sandwich company. So anyway, the next month we got in the car with all the purses and we went and sold to boutiques. And we actually sold $20,000 our next month. And then December was our third month of really operating where we had products. And we sold $40,000. And so then I'm like, okay, January came. All right, I don't know what we're going to do because how are we going to sell? Because Christmas, of course, goes nuts with the kinds of products. But we went to market at the Dallas Market Center, or actually we were in Atlanta, gift market. And
which for those of you that aren't familiar, let me just give a little background. Sorry. The Atlanta market, that is where all of the gift stores from around the country come. And that's where they buy the stuff that they sell in their stores. And there's twice a year. They're in January and in June or July. And so they buy a bunch of stuff that's going to last them the next 6 months kind of. And then they come back for the next show and they buy a bunch of more stuff. So it's selling wholesale into gift stores.
Okay.
Yes. And if you ever watch the movie Joy, which is a great entrepreneurial movie, so cute. But if you see that movie, we did the same, but I hadn't watched that movie yet. It wasn't till later, but we had people ride in the elevators at market because we had no advertising budget. We got a booth like a week before the market because we didn't even know about the market or what. So we got this booth. So we had people ride in the elevator and one person would be in the front texting through their bag. And the person in the back would go, hey, what is that? And they'd say, oh, it's Save the Girls. It's a new brand on level 17. And people go, really? Are you kidding me? No, it's so cool. Look at this. I can text. I don't have to have my phone in my hand. And literally the elevator would get off and come to us because everybody wants new and the best, right? We wrote $90,000 at that market by running the elevators.
Ingenious.
Ingenious.
Seriously.
I think right from the beginning, Mom, you also started doing Facebooks, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was the other thing that we did, which was crazy. So I went and was also with her at these markets. I would just take off from the cruise ship and go do markets with Mom. But that was a really genius idea. So her idea was that any customer who placed an order with us, we would do a quick 5 to 7 minute Facebook Live, because I'm not sure if Facebook quite operates the same way as it did 8 years ago. But 8 years ago, anytime you did a live, it shot a message out to anybody that was following you that, hey, we're live. And at that time, nobody was really going live. Live is like huge now. It wasn't really a thing 8 years ago. It was maybe just starting. And so we would do a 5 to 7 minute live with every single customer. And that did two things. The first thing that it did is other people that were walking past us would hear us, and then they would hear our story. They would hear what we were doing. They'd hear what we were selling. They're like, oh, that's cool. And they would also see us making the video, and they're like, I want a video. That's great for me too. That's great for my store. So it got us more sales that way. But also, it was insane. We had a 30 purse minimum buy. So a lot of customers, they had to buy at least 30 purses. People just bought the minimum 30 purses. And then we put it on their live. They came back the next day and they would double or triple their order because customers were already claiming items and claiming sales. So they had pre-sold items before they even got them in their shop. And so that was crazy. So we kept that going for several years, going live with every single customer that came past us.
Well, and that was before TikTok. And that's kind of, I think TikTok's taken over the TikTok sales, some of that. But, like you said, going live was not a thing 8 years ago.
No.
And it's really now is the way to do it. I published a digital magazine in 2017. That's how I started.
Yeah.
And then I started a podcast in 2018 because I was a guest on somebody else's, and it just went. So I started my own, and at the end of 2024, I was like, I cannot do both of these. The magazine was a lot of work and a lot of hours of work. And the podcast was so much more relatable. You could see each other across you felt like you had new friends, and it was just a totally different experience. So I quit the magazine, and I'd written 540 some stories of women in motorsports. I think I did okay with my share of that. And then I decided in 2025, I was going to really ramp up the podcast. And I did over 300 podcasts last year.
Wow. That's amazing.
And, I'm on track to do, I publish at least two a week, if not more, because I'll not get through all the women in motorsports before I die. There's just so many. Yeah. And it grows every year. It grows every day. So it's crazy. But awesome. But yeah, I love your very cool way to share and it was so natural.
Really. It helps when we're a mother-daughter duo. I think like we know how to bounce off of each other.
Yeah, that's true.
For the lives, so because Elizabeth was great at helping with those lives also, and really being able to connect with our customers is just great also, because we like in my heart, like all of us, there's a lot of women entrepreneurs actually that own gift stores. In fact, I'd say 90% of the people, probably 95 are women. And so for us to be able to do those lives and teach them how to do that, it just made their stores better. And so I feel like it kind of empowered all of us together. And so many people through COVID said, because I would make them, nope, get on your Facebook page. I don't know how to do live. Go on, we're going to do it right now. And I would make everybody do one with us, which was very uncomfortable for most people. But it turned out to be a blessing to them, because during COVID then, their stores were shut down. They were able to reach out to customers. People still had birthdays during COVID.
Sure.
People still needed gifts. And instead of buying off Amazon, buy from your local person. And so they were able to do that because they kind of knew how to do lives. And so it really did make a big impact for a lot of people. And that's what I really like about Save the Girls, is we're donating to breast cancer research. We're really women focused. We do have obviously tons of women customers, but also our stores are mostly women owned. And so that's been just super fun blessing for us.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you keep up with the demand? Do you have to like order the black ones, the so many, and then hope that people buy them? Or yeah,
Yep. Especially at the beginning, it was exactly that. We had, you gotta order. I mean, it still is like, especially when we come out with anything new. It's who knows if it's going to take
right.
off well or not. But luckily, my mom has a good proven track record that usually what she likes sells. People like it. But she and I do go back and forth a lot. I'm like, Mom, that's not cute. That's not gonna sell. And usually the things that I say will not sell, and she's like, yes, this is I'm doing it. They're like our number one top sellers. So it's been very frustrating for me, and humbling experience. So, but she really knows her customers best. And so, yes, it's definitely like that though. We do buy in, we manufacture them ourselves. So we have to do large runs. And so we bring in large bulk and then pray that it sells. But so far everything's selling. And then now with so in the last 3 years, since we launched the Clip and Go, we've been going viral on social media, and that has been a whole new world. And really, a video can go viral, and we can run out of product.
Yeah,
and
3
then
million people see one video very quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that has been crazy in a new way. And at first, we were just buying and praying and buying and praying, and we still do that. But now we hired in a teammate to Ruben, who is kind of our logistics and inventory manager. And he's really in the numbers. We don't like to be in the numbers so much. We want to manage the people that are in the numbers. And so he's done a really good job. It truly, growth is all about finding the right team members to be able to delegate to. Figure out what you're not good at and find somebody that's their strength. And empower them to do it. And that's something that I really think that my mom's done a very good job of doing. So it's been fun to see that.
And that's really difficult because my youngest daughter, long story, but she and her husband own 5 autism centers for kids 6 and under in the Phoenix area.
Wow.
So they started with a little boy of their own that was high functioning autism. They couldn't find a school that they liked. And so they started 1, and then they had 2, and now they're up to 5. And the hardest thing is managing the people.
Yes.
Because they look good on paper. They might look good at that first interview, but not always so good. And so that's really difficult to find the people that really fit into your company.
Yes. Yeah. We've definitely, I feel like we've done a very good job overall, but there have been a few that's like, that wasn't their,
Yeah, we tend to keep people longer than maybe they should stay because they'd be happy. If they're not happy here, it'd be better. They can find someplace happier. But anyway, that's our weakness there. But overall, we just have we've always had a great staff. It's just some people, it's best someplace else probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you have any cool products in the making that you can share that's going to be coming out, or it's a big secret?
Say, Elizabeth, I mean,
you're the designer.
Of course I do. I'm going next week for my design trip again. And so last night I was on the phone till 11 o'clock at night with our manufacturers, so that I could have all the samples that I need. But we have a new item. It's called the Zip and Clip. Everybody wants to check that out. It has been very viral. It's our number 1 selling. So I'm making an adaptation to that, which is going to be 2-tone color and very cool, but it will fit a passport. So my current Zip and Clip doesn't fit a passport. So any of our Clip and Goes, none of them fit a passport. All my purses do, but not my Clip and Goes. So this is going to be the first one that also can fit your passport, which I think will be great. RFID protector and all that too. But I think that's going to be one of my most exciting one. Oh, no, my other one okay, this is like
wait, before you go on to the next one, the new one that you're also talking about, do you have a name for it yet? Are we calling it the
Nova?
The Nova, when it comes out, will probably be in October. But it has I feel like it kind of looks racy, in my opinion. It does look a little race.
And it has a race theme, Nova,
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
What's this other one that you're so excited about?
So the other one that I'm totally excited about, in fact, I think I danced in front of all our staff.
I don't even know what it is.
They do. It's a 2-pack. I'm doing a
Right.
leash, a dog leash with a clip and go. So that way your walker can have your hands free, but they match. And so it's super cute. Little dog paws all over it. So it'll be a 2-pack dog leash and clip and go for when you take your dog for a walk. So
that is so smart.
Yeah.
So smart. Let me
With
explain
the
how
bag.
this. Let me explain how this came about. So my mom and I are notoriously forgetful. It's amazing that we run a business together.
Yes, true.
We're notoriously forgetful, but we're very good at hiring people who are good at remembering things. And we will oftentimes take our dog to the dog park or to the vet. And she's such a perfect dog. So we never take a leash because we don't need,
She's a golden retriever.
Yeah, she just stays by your feet. Yeah. But apparently that's frowned upon and you should always take a leash with you. But we never have a leash, but we always have a clip and go. So on numerous occasions, we have turned this into a wristlet and this into the leash. So we have done that. I've done it at least 5 times. I don't know how many times you've done it. Yeah. And so that's kind of where this came from. And we got every time I took it into the vet, I got so many compliments because, oh my gosh, you match your dog. And so it's like, that was unintentional, but now we're making it intentional. So now it's going to be a real thing where you can wear your own.
That's cool because I would need one of those. And I have a Shih Tzu and he's about 15 pounds and he's the love of our life.
Yes.
And so anyway, as soon as I put my shoes on, he's right there. Like, can I go? Can I go? And he's so excited. Or if you get the leash out, oh my gosh, look out. So, to have that and then just run to the grocery store. I only need my money, my driver's license. And so I don't need to take my whole purse. So what a great idea. Yeah.
Super
exciting. Lot of racetrack people, a lot of race families have dogs. I'll just tell you that.
Yes. And
there's
it's
a lot of race dogs.
Cute because we're packaging it in like a gift packaging for Christmas, for the holidays. Like that's when it's rolling out, is right in time for the holidays. And so that's going to be really sweet too. If you want to get a gift for yourself, a gift for somebody else, man, I can't believe you gave them away all of our secrets.
I know all the secrets are
anybody out about it. Wow.
It's just for Melinda and the people here. It's for my race family because
it's for my race family. Yeah, for sure. Well, ladies, what else do you want to tell me about or talk about your business? Because this is really interesting.
Whatever you want to know about. No, it's been crazy. I will tell you one thing that you haven't heard yet, which I think you're going to love. So Elizabeth, 4 months in to doing Save the Girls, 5 months maybe, we were at a show and Elizabeth met somebody from the Oscar gift baskets. And she was telling them our story, telling about our give back. And they're like, oh my gosh, you need to be in the Oscar gift baskets. So 6 months after my launch, I'm standing at the Oscars giving away purses to movie stars with one of my best friends from high school.
The same girl, Dee. We've already talked about
Dee, my race, the one who loved to see me race. Yeah. And we were at the Oscars and we got to give away these purses and it was so much fun. I will tell you though, this is silly. I raised our kids without a television. So, for 20 years, 30 years, I hadn't really seen much TV. So I figured I wouldn't care much about the actors. I remarkably knew very many of them. And my husband's like, oh, don't get starstruck. And I thought, I'm not going to get starstruck. I don't even know who they are. But the first guy came in and he was so cute. He was like 6'4", super way taller. And I couldn't talk at all. I was just like, I was like, what is wrong with me?
That's very cool.
I got over it after a couple of them, and then I just was normal. But at first, I was like, blah, blah, blah.
Isn't that funny? So I'll follow up on that. So there's a NASCAR driver. He's 23, I think, named Carson Hocevar, and he's from Portage, Michigan, which is, Portage and Kalamazoo run together. And his parents run what we call the Little Kalamazoo Speedway. And it was quarter midgets and that. And then it was located right next to the Kalamazoo Speedway. Well, he's the same age as one of my granddaughters. And so when my 2 granddaughters started racing, they started at the quarter midget track. Mm-hmm. And Carson was racing all over the country. Mm-hmm. He was winning everything. And we all knew he'd go on to something big. But, so I followed him for a long time. whether it was him racing dirt or whatever. I'd keep track of how did he do and all those things. And he's in the Cup Series, NASCAR Cup Series.
Wow.
So he has raced. This is his third year to be in the Cup Series, and he has raced 92 or 3 races, but he won at Talladega a couple Sundays ago, which was his first Cup win.
Wow.
And I was so excited. I was, of course, watching on TV. I jumped up and down. I clapped. I think I might have shed a tear or two because just, feel I know his parents. I know him.
Yeah.
I care a lot. I just care that he wins, and so that was pretty cool. He's a good looking, well-spoken young man. And he was just at the Met Gala.
Wow.
He got invited by E Entertainment. And let me tell you, he has a great personality. And he's, of course, the age, social media and all that.
Mhm.
So he, people are starting to really love Carson. And he was at the Met Gala, and it was the cutest thing. And he was so sweet. He wore the first watch that his dad had ever given him. And they asked him, is your mom more excited that you're here or that you won the race in Talladega? And he said, oh, that I'm here at the Met Gala. So, you just don't ever know, do you?
No.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
fun.
Speaking
Oh,
of never, yeah, it's crazy. You just never know who you're going to meet. And actually, what was so crazy about that event that my mom went to was she met one of the people who happened to know Lori Grenier from Shark Tank. And so she reached out to Lori and she was like, Lori's going to love you. She's going to love your story. She's going to love your product. And, we were like, cool. Maybe something will come from it. Maybe nothing will come from it. Not even 2 days later, Lori Grenier is on my mom's phone, calling her, asking for, saying that she wants to do a partnership with us. Isn't that crazy? And so that's how we got a partner with a shark without ever going on a Shark Tank.
We didn't go on Shark Tank, but we caught a shark, and she really is the best shark. So that's been so fun. She's been a good friend to Save the Girls.
Oh, wow.
It's really amazing. You never know where your story is going to take you.
No.
And that's what the beautiful thing about it is. And that's why we want to love on and invest in our people and the people that we meet. Because like you said, like young Carson, you met him when he was just a little guy, watching him come up. You didn't know where he'd end up, but it's cool to see all the things that he's doing now.
Yeah.
And being able to cheer him on. So fun.
It really is. And so, and that's the thing, even for race car drivers, people are watching. And you never know who's watching or who they know. And so, I just yesterday had a conversation with a guy who reached out to me because of a podcast I did with somebody that he works on a car. And he's like, oh, we need to do this. I need to help you with that. And it was so encouraging because there's days as an entrepreneur that you feel like I just, I can't keep spending my own money. I can't keep doing this. What do I need to do? And he gave me so much encouragement yesterday. And he said, because I am trying to monetize my podcast. I mean, it does come out of the cost. It's not free. And so, but I had never spoken to this guy, and he could have been a dud that wanted me to invest in him, right? But that wasn't it at all. He was calling to see what he could do for me.
Oh,
and I was just like overwhelmed, and because I said, well, how did you find out about me? And so I've had a few calls like that. Like that's probably the third one in the last 6 months that I've had reach out to me about what can they do? Would I be an affiliate? They want to help monetarily, whatever. And so, it's like, okay, it validates that what you're doing is the right thing.
That's right.
Definitely.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, that's so exciting. Yeah.
So
It's
exciting.
Love
You
it.
guys are so fun. I wish you lived closer. We could have lunch.
I know. Me too.
Maybe you'll have to go to the Costco in Kalamazoo.
There you go. We are coming up your way. You're in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where anything is in Michigan, but I'll tell you where we're coming up in Michigan.
Okay.
They give us the names of like subdivisions, so we don't know where that is.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
might not be helpful to you at all, but we're going to Bloomfield, Michigan,
That's over by Detroit.
and then we're
Not
doing
far.
Livonia.
Yeah, over on the east side, but we're not talking years away. We're talking, a couple hours or if that.
Yeah, true.
So
And next year,
you'll
there's
have to
always a
let
chance
you'll
we'll
have
do
to
more.
let me know.
I
Yeah,
know.
You'll have to let me know
we'll
when you're going to
probably-
be there because
Yeah,
you're going to
be
go
there in
right.
July. So we'll be
You're
there
going
in
to
July.
go probably right past Kalamazoo unless you come up 61 through Indy. So
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So
I
fun.
love that. That would be so fun. I could come and be your Costco girl.
Oh, that would
There you go. We always need more Costco girls, let me tell you.
Yes, we do.
Our
Yes, we
Costco
do.
girls are great, but we need more friends.
Yeah, that's fun.
But also, because we are trying to monetize your platform, and we want to be able to support you in that too. And, we're also a for-profit business, but also giving back to breast cancer research. So I just want to let your listeners know that if you go to savethegirls.com, you can use the code, which is going to give you a discount. So you're winning too. You can use code WMN. And that's going to give you 20% discount, and it's going to give a little kickback to Miss Melinda here. So we want to help spread it out, right? So let's use that code.
Yes, and then it's a
That's
win-win.
awesome.
You help 2 women entrepreneurs and breast cancer research, and you get a discount just by using that code. And that code is in the coupon code area. So when you get on, just use the coupon code. And Elizabeth, one more time, the coupon code is
WMB, and that stands for Women's Motocross Network.
No, start again. WMN, Women's Motorsports Network.
Motorsports, not motocross. I was
we do motocross too, but it's all motorsports.
All of them. My bad. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
There you go.
So get on and pick out a couple things to take to the track. Give one to your driver, give one to whoever, because gosh, these bags and the clip and goes or whatever you call them are amazing. And so obviously they're a good product or you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. So I just want to thank you guys for being on. This has been so fun. I love interviewing drivers and all kinds of women in motorsports, but I also love sharing stories about women entrepreneurs and how they quit a big corporate job and just take a leap of faith and say, this is what I'm going to do. And it's worked out pretty well, hasn't it?
It
It's
is.
working out.
I used all my kids' college money to start Save the Girls, and I took 5 kids. I said, okay, I promise I'll do whatever. I'll have to work the rest of my life to pay off your loans if we end up taking loans. And they all made it through college. I think all loans, everything's paid for now. So that's fantastic. But it was a big leap of faith and all our personal finances. And you just do it and you pray that it works. Right. And if not, you go get another job and work again.
Exactly. Yep. If it doesn't work out, you pivot.
Yeah,
that's right. Pivot. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, ladies, thank you for being on with me. I've really enjoyed this, and I would love to meet you guys somewhere along your travels and check you out at Costco and visit a Costco near you and say, hey, why don't you have Save the Girls in here?
All right.
You need Save the Girls in a
Costco. Absolutely.
Well,
thanks
thank you
again
so much,
for
Melinda.
being on.
This was our absolute pleasure. We loved getting to chat with you, and I learned a lot more about motorsports as well through our chats through this call and also earlier as we were talking before. So thank you for opening up my world a little bit more to the world of motorsports. It's such a cool and fascinating world.
Back in my day, there weren't very many women out there, so I was just excited to see how many more keep jumping in the game. So
there are thousands and thousands of women all over the world now, and it just grows. It's the fastest growing demographic in motorsports.
Is it? So, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, well, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you'll stay in touch. And if you head up towards or through Michigan, I definitely want you to let me know.
We will. We'll have to.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
You're welcome. Are you racing through life with no time to waste? then you need Save the Girls, the pit crew your phone's been waiting for. These stylish touchscreen purses let you text, call, and snap pictures without ever taking your phone out. Whether you're at the track, in the stands, or running errands like it's race day, this purse keeps you in control. No more dropped phones or frantic digging under the seat. Visit SaveTheGirls.com and grab yours before the next green flag. Save the Girls, because real racers don't fumble their phones.
Start your engines. This is the Women's Motor Fun Network. From dirt track nights to the bright race lights, from the garage to victory lane. Women are rising, chasing the dream, with horsepower running through their veins. Women's Motorsports Network, hear those engines roar. Stories of courage, speed, and heart like you never heard before. Fuel her future, fuel her dreams. Every lap we celebrate. Women's Motorsports Network.